the catcher, bats ninth here today. With that lineup, the first pitch is delivered by Jack O'Connor, and it is off the plate for ball one. Here is the 3-2. And same result as yesterday's start, at least for Cephas, as he will trot down to first base at 14-2. And yesterday cloudy, but today bright sunshine. And a bright start here on a ground ball, middle infield, handled beautifully on the 4-6-3 double play. O'Connor's 1-2. Same location, and the result he was hoping for. A called strike 3 is as true as expected. This is down to Gelloff off the bat of Blake Sear, and his throw high will pull Anderson off the bag. He attempted to swipe the tag just as Sear was arriving. 100% sure that what we saw with the naked eye originally was accurate. They'll go that confirmed direction. This is sent toward the gap in left center. And that's going to have Sear running. On around to third he goes. A stand-up double for Patelli. We mentioned the doubles. He's got his 9th of the season. And the Miami shortstop has the Canes in business in the top of the second inning. Batting with 2 in scoring position here and taking a called strike 3. Beautifully placed over the outer third by Jack O'Connor for his second strikeout of the game. And Miami's second baseman awaiting another 3-2. And he will suffer the same fate one more time. Battled injury after Tommy John surgery, decided to transfer 40-pitch limit as they wanted to get at least a couple of innings out of him here today. That'll help limit his exposure, though he is closing in on that 30-pitch threshold. Another 2-2, 2-out offering. And there's a called strike 3. He has returned to form thus far here. And there's another punch out as he gets this by C.J. Cephas. And his 3-2. He's lined into center field, and playing it on a hop is O'Donnell. That's a base knock, the second of the ball game for Miami. First of the day for Villegas when he burst onto the scene. And he will send this deep to right. That's going to keep carrying until it eludes Salke. They will wave Villegas. The throw to the plate is not in time, and Miami claims the lead with a 2-out hit from Morales in the top half of the third inning. But Morales didn't seem to square that up perfectly, but he was able to get enough of the bat head on it that watch it just continue to carry, and Salke at the last moment made a leap for it. It one-hops the fence. Just like that, Miami in business for the second consecutive day. The Canes strike first. O'Connor able to drop the curtain on the first 2 with the strikeout. Didn't get it there. And the way they had played the hitter, Levinson, is going to allow Miami to plate another run. Got about a long way to go from second base. By the time he gets to it on the edge of the grass, Morales motors around from third, and it is 2-0 Miami. So Levinson, who has had a quiet series for the most part, able to, in essence, beat that shading for Virginia and drive home a run. And he'll take a 1-2. There is the 5th punch out for Jack O'Connor. Interestingly enough, first time. And his 1-1 to Godbout, line right out to the second baseman, Gonzalez, who was waiting on it, 1 away. Off the fist, popped up. Perez able to lose the mask and find the baseball. 2 are down. Has the average at 386 now in real time. It'll dip just a bit here. Strikeout for Alejandro Torres, his 3rd of the ball game. Back in the second inning. Grounds this through the left side. That is by O'Farrell and into left field. So 2 hits in as many trips for Patelli, who is Sunday not a real part of this. Speaking of runners on the move, here is one, and Till's throw down in time as the tag will be applied by Griff O'Farrell. Looked like he caught the base runner Gomez. The 2-2 to Gonzalez now, and that is going to catch the zone. Called strike 3. He is struck out for the second time in as many at-bats. That's 6 for Jack O'Connor against a familiar opponent for the transfer, and he gives up the first base knock of the ball game here for Virginia as Ethan O'Donnell rolls one through the infield and is a leadoff base runner here in the bottom of the 4th. in home runs all time. You know, one swing can change it all. This one will. Sends it deep to left, and Gelloff has his 11th of the year to tie the ball game in the bottom of the fourth. Gelloff with his second home run of the weekend. And the 36th of his career at Virginia, one shy of the all-time mark, and he knew it immediately after swinging. Sends it into the first few rows of the bleachers beyond the left field wall, and that is going to give us a brand new ball game here in the fourth. Virginia ties the ball game at 2 apiece. Cavaliers looking for more, though, with that was a likely scenario Miami would take. This is into right field, and it's going to drop. Teal on around to third as Ethan Anderson does find some open real estate out there. But a big spot as the Cavaliers try to claim the lead. The second for one. The turn to first is not in time. Either way, the run was coming home to score, and Kyle Teal, in crossing the plate, has given Virginia its initial lead of the day. 3-2 Cavaliers, all three in here in the bottom of the fourth. Leading the JUCO squad to the Region 8 title. Gets the comebacker here, will underhand it to the bag at first. Salke is retired. Stefan, who was on the move, is down at second base. He's in scoring position with 2 away for Henry Godbout. It's 3-0. His first pitch to Godbout, right up the middle and through. Around third is Stefan, and Virginia's lead at 4-2 in a 4-run fourth inning. Coming into today, closing in on the 300 mark in runs this season, so there's a number of them up and down the lineup. This handled on the right side of the infield by Gonzalez. First pitch of this inning, lined into right field by Griff O'Farrell, and he is aboard. O'Donnell already a single and a run scored here. That looked like it kicked off the glove eventually of Chestnut, and fortunately for Miami, right to the right side of the infield. He's an infield in on the edge of the grass, and Gelloff trying to make it of little consequence where they're located. Sends this high and deep to left center, and it's gone as well. A multi-home run game for Jake Gelloff. His 3rd of the weekend, his 12th of the year. And overarching to all of that, Jake Gelloff has just hit his 37th career home run, which ties him with E.J. Anderson for the all-time lead in Virginia history. Anderson hit 37 from 95 to 98. Gelloff, with his 3rd of the weekend, has hit just that many in his Virginia career. And you are looking at the gentleman tied for the all-time home run lead in the storied 130-plus year history of this program. And Gelloff with 2 loud ones, and Teal just notched his first base knock of the afternoon as he lofts one into shallow center field. Kyle Teal. And the 3-1 is high, and 2 base runners are aboard for UVA with 2 down. Casey Salke preserved in at bat. Work through the inning. Runners moving, of course, and it is ball 4, so they can coast into their respective bases with Salke trotting to first. And Godbout in the air to center. Gomez waits on it, beginning on the road at North Carolina a few weekends ago. This is in the air, left center field gap, and that's a 1-2 piece of hitting that is very nice for Dorian Gonzalez Jr. Came into this at bat having struck out in his first 2 trips to the plate count-wise before this in his collegiate career, and he will give up a single that will result in a Miami run. Gonzalez around third. He will score Carlos Perez. But we're going to break down his ACC play as we give you, and it is a 6-3 ball game as the Canes are back on the board for the first time since the 3rd inning. The job of hitting he's done, the amount of depth. Lingering right around 100 pitches in his longest outing. collegiate-wise. And the Hurricanes were beginning to surge offensively for the first time in a while. And Villegas will send this in the air to right, but Sauke's waiting on it. And this is a team that's going to be in the conversation before the dust settles. He's one of the reasons why in that 4-run fourth. It's going to come in and hit Casey Sauke. Runner moving, the 0-2 high, and the throwdown in time. So one deserves another. There's Perez able to erase a base runner for the first time this weekend. There are 2 down. And Didowick, the only sweep in 21 total series for Virginia. First pitch, right side of the infield. Godbout takes care of it, 1 away. A Virginia victory in save fashion for the second time in as many days. Woolfolk did so yesterday. Griff O'Farrell tries to recover. By the time he does so, Gomez is aboard, and Miami will need 1 more runner. This is chopped to Anderson. He'll take the sure out at first, and there are 2 away. A 2-2, out to second, fielded by Godbout. On to first, that's the ball game. And Virginia has swept through its first 2 home weekends in conference play this year, running the winning streak here at the Dish to 21 in a row dating back to last season.